AITA for exposing my roommate's fake ESA after it destroyed our apartment. I've been living with my roommate Sarah for 8 months now, and up until recently, things were great. We found this perfect 2-bedroom apartment downtown, split everything 50-50, and had a solid friendship going. The only catch was our lease has a strict no pets policy, which we both agreed to when signing. Everything changed 3 weeks ago when Sarah came home with Zeus, a massive German shepherd who's clearly never seen a day of training in his life. When I reminded her about our no pets lease, she smugly pulled out her phone and showed me an ESA letter she'd gotten online for $50. Apparently, Zeus was now her emotional support animal, which meant our landlord couldn't legally refuse him. I was skeptical from the start. Sarah had never mentioned needing emotional support, never talked about mental health struggles, and literally chose Zeus from a Craigslist ad because he looked cool. But I figured maybe she was going through something private, so I kept my mouth shut and tried to be supportive. That lasted exactly 3 days. Zeus is an absolute nightmare. He's easily 80 pounds of pure destructive energy, and Sarah leaves him alone in the apartment for 10 to 12 hours while she's at work. The barking starts the second her car pulls out of the driveway and doesn't stop until she gets home. Our neighbors have complained to building management twice already, and I've gotten exactly 0 quality sleep since Zeus arrived. The destruction started small. He chewed through my laptop charger, which Sarah reluctantly replaced after I asked 3 times. Then he knocked over my grandmother's antique lamp while I was in the shower, shattering it into pieces. Sarah just shrugged and said, "Accidents happen," without offering to pay for it or even apologizing properly. Last week, Zeus somehow got into my room while I was at work and had a field day. He shredded my comforter, left muddy paw prints all over my white dresser, and worst of all, completely destroyed the presentation materials I'd spent weeks preparing for a major client meeting. We're talking torn charts, chewed flash drives, the works. I had to pull an all-nighter recreating everything from backup files. When I confronted Sarah about Zeus needing proper training or alternative housing, she completely lost it. Tears streaming down her face, she accused me of discriminating against her mental health needs and said Zeus was the only thing keeping her from dark thoughts. She claimed I was being ableist and threatened to report me to our landlord for harassment if I didn't drop the subject. Here's the thing though, I've lived with Sarah for months. I've seen her social media, her online shopping habits, her daily routine. This ESA thing feels completely fabricated. She got Zeus because she wanted a dog, plain and simple, and used the ESA loophole to bypass our lease. Real ESAs require legitimate medical documentation from licensed professionals, not sketchy online certificates. I feel terrible about her mental health claims, I really do. But I also can't continue living in chaos. The apartment looks like a tornado hit it. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep per night, and I'm genuinely worried about getting evicted because of the neighbor complaints. My own mental health is suffering from the constant stress and sleep deprivation. Yesterday, I reached my breaking point when Zeus destroyed my work laptop bag and somehow managed to turn on the kitchen faucet, flooding half our apartment. When Sarah came home and saw me cleaning up the mess, she just said, "Oh, Zeus must be acting out because he sensed your negative energy." That's when I told her I was done. Either she gets Zeus proper training immediately, finds alternative housing arrangements, or I'm contacting our landlord about the fake ESA situation. I explained that legitimate ESAs don't behave this way and that her online certificate wouldn't hold up under scrutiny. She's now giving me the silent treatment and has threatened to tell everyone I'm discriminating against disabled people. Part of me feels like I'm being heartless, especially if she really is struggling mentally. But another part of me thinks she's manipulating the situation and taking advantage of protections meant for people who genuinely need them. AITA for exposing my roommate's fake ESA after it destroyed our apartment?